hours sleep and 4 dislocations.
Oh, that's so
So I ended up...
I developed a condition called complex regional pain syndrome, which is a really severe pain disorder. It's like filling the blood vessels with lighter fluid and setting it alight. It's just horrific pain. You can't have breeze, touch, water, anything. I spent 3.5 years homebound and 4.5 years relearning how to use my left-hand side. I've had 4 relapses and I was diagnosed with the Ehlers-Danlos, the EDS, the year after I was diagnosed with the CRPS.
Hey, should we get moving?
Yeah, cool.
I ended up in hospital. I had no use of the hand and they were doing lots of tests and I was petrified. I've never been in a place of such broken desperation. I realised in those moments that actually, like, I had nothing left. I didn't understand what was happening. I was just like, God, where are you? This doesn't make sense. This isn't where I was meant to be. You know, I think that people think that we can't get angry at God, that we can't be upset, that we can't get grumpy. But actually, we can. And I think God's a big enough God to handle our grief and our broken moments. It didn't like fully dislocate, it's just not happy today. So I put pressure through it. Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. So basically, all the nerves that were firing, that were giving my muscles some hold, stopped working. And so now this joint, this arm and the wrist dislocates constantly. And it's just a matter of time, and I'm waiting to see some specialists on what to do next. I can use some movement in it. I can move the fingers, but it's just not easy. Yeah, keep going, keep going. And then come under my top. I think the hardest thing after a rough night is getting up to face the next day. But I find that sometimes if I put on a nice clothes, if I put on makeup, if I do my hair, then I can face the world, you know? Yeah, no, we'll get them on now. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I've had 25 medical leave-based appointments in the last month. I had a specialist appointment 2 weeks ago that I think was one of my most challenging because I wasn't really prepared for it. He said that there's not one part of my body that's not partially dislocating every time I move it. That was really confronting because, well, I knew it, but I actually didn't realise how affected it was. And it was just like another like real, my face confronting moment. Soon after I ended up bedbound and I was like, well, what can I do? I can't do anything. And every day I would start the day with 5 things I was grateful for, which are the same 5 things every day for 5 years. I can see the sun, I can see the sky, I can see the lake. I have a laptop and computer that allows me to access the internet, and I can move my right hand. And then I would push myself to find another 5 things or more, and especially if it was a really hard day, I'd just keep going. Yeah.
Castro Clinic Intruder speaking.
Yeah, hi, this is Kylee Black speaking. God doesn't cause bad things to happen. It's not his will and his purpose for our lives. But when we give our suffering and when we give that over to him, he can bring beauty out of it, and he can shine a light through it. I've been told that I'd have 5 to 7 years if I was lucky, but that also if I fell out of my wheelchair, I could snap my neck, or if I had a minor car accident. And so they're trying to help me find out how to continue having the best quality of life moving forward. So I'm going to head into the appointment now. What I know is that God doesn't leave or forsake. And for me, I haven't received a physical healing. I still pray for that healing. But I do believe I've had internal healing, because I'm able to find joy and happy moments despite the turbulence that surrounds all aspects of my life. Overcoming, we often think it's about the big things, but it's not. Overcoming is in the little moments. It's in the decisions that we make every day. It's in the choices we make. It's in the being real and honest and transparent. Check out this weather. It's amazing today. It's like summer. One of the things that has also really helped me is focusing on others. Because when I focus on others, I can stand. Not physically, but metaphorically, spiritually, I can stand. And when I focus on my own situation, I feel like I'm in the middle of the lake and I sink. And so when I lift my eyes out of my situation and I get involved in other people's lives, supporting others, or and focusing on God, that's what allows me to stand through the storm. One step at a time, but soon enough when you look back, the steps turn into miles. Each day, each breath, each moment is but a choice to stand. And if I fall, that's okay, because in the next moment I have the opportunity to stand again and to brush my legs off. And if I look back, I've come further than I could have ever imagined. And it's incredible to see what God can do with our journeys and our broken pieces of our lives.
Hi, I'm Paul de Jong, and thanks for watching LIFETV. We're posting new stories and episodes regularly, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Stay up to date.